Shout out to everyone jumping on in. Bitcoin's been sideways, but down a little bit. And we're going to show you, we're going to talk about that 200 SMA on the 7-minute, and we're going to break it down for you right now. And I'm going to just double check that I'm live, and I am. Excellent. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get this stream up and running. And let's take a look at our baby Bookmap. I've had it running since 7 in the morning. Look at all the liquidity above us. 47.5, 48, 48.5, 49, 49. They're setting up to destroy the shorts, right? And they're keeping a lot of liquidity closest to us. So, yes, I do see 38,000, but I'm not as threatened by this liquidity because there's just so much more closer. Like this bar, 48K says we hit it. You know, whenever I see a bar that close, it suggests that we hit it. So far, you know, and again, Bookmap's not always 110%. And what's interesting for a Tuesday, usually we see a little more volume. Things are kind of like a little drier. Like they feel like a Thursday for some reason. Like price action's starting to flatten out. I don't know why, but it was, you know, we did have the noon pause. People ate lunch, right? Back to the markets, but we'll see. I'm in this trade right now. It's down $70. Last time I looked, 117. Starting to actually get pretty, oh wow, it dropped fast in the last 2 seconds. And there it is. I mean, I was waiting for the 5 or the 7 to lose the 200 SMA. Once we did that, we're very oversold. We're still inside the sideways price action. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. But, oh, wow, we were in the nice flag on the 7. It's funny. I walked away from the charts. I went and ate lunch, rested my eyes from the screens for a second. I've been doing, you know, screen work since 7 in the morning. I bring my daughter to school, but it's a 4-minute ride, you know. Like there and back, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes, and then I'm right back in. So I literally just walk out the house, come back in, and then I'm right back in the charts. I mean, stop loss didn't get hit yet, but the risk is, you know, I don't like losing a lot. Like I'm risking $400, you know, if I hit the stop. And the key is that the 7-minute loses the 200 SMA. I told myself I would be out, and then I would only get back in once we got back above. So technically, right now, my rules have, you know, where I'm breaking my rules. Like technically I should be out of the trade because we've lost the 200 SMA on the 7. That's my rules. You know, we should have stayed above it, gotten tight, and blasted to the upside, but we did not. That was like a turning point. It's kind of like a Y in a road. You know, you go left or right, and that's a point right there. We're either going to go left or right. We're going to stay above or stay below, okay? And that's just kind of what happens. It's a quiet day in the market. Everyone's waiting for tomorrow. Like no one knows what to do, right? It's kind of like, tomorrow's kind of like a Fed day. It's like trading news in a way, which is weird. So do I bail out of this trade? Does it get worse? I mean, a bit of an M. Resistance, couldn't get above the resistance. So like I don't have to FOMO. If it gets above here and bounces, then I can get into a long again. You know, is it going to just go all the way straight up and I'm going to... No, there's going to be a flag here or some type of pullback. And then we'll break above this resistance and it's confirmed. So right now it's more bearish than bullish. However, the oscillators are very oversold, expecting a bounce. So it's, you know, it's kind of... I'm in the middle on whether I should take the trade off or not. But, you know, that was the trade from earlier. It's not playing out, right? Again, remember, I only have to win 3 out of 10 of my trades. And recently I only lost 1 out of like six. So if I lose this one, it'll be 2 out of 8. You know, I will win 6 out of 6 wins, 2 losses. So I'm pretty excited. It is my next go around with 5K. I take 5K, I turn it into 7K. I don't know why. That's just the numbers I chose. You know what I mean? I find it pretty difficult to do. It's not easy. You know, for me personally, it's, you know, and I grind up and then I take out the 2K and then I do it again. So far I've done it twice, and you know, since I started doing it somewhere in October or something, and so yeah, made 4,000, and I want to keep doing it. So there's an Adam and Eve double bottom there, technically in the 7. You have a little bit of love there. There's a little bit of bullish div even on that indicator, on the automatic indicator is saying, hey, there's some bullish divergence here. It's almost hidden bullish, swing down to swing down while that swings up. A little bit of hidden bullish. Excuse me. 1 second. I'm going to mute the mic if I sneeze again. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Lifer family. Shout out to Ivo 10 Rogue. Shout out to 12 Big Doll. Shout out to Lifer Adam, Yehuda L, and After Hours Investing. And bless you. Thank you. Yeah, what do you guys think? What's the feeling out there? I just want to hear what you guys have to say. Shout out to Shy. Anyone watching, what do you guys have to say about today? How do you guys feel? What's your sentiment? What's your thoughts? If you were in this trade right now like me, would you peel off the trade? Just want to ask. Let's talk about it. You're in this trade, right? You're in now where it must be down 80, 100 bucks. All right. If it keeps going, you lose 400. You have $5,000 in the account. Would you pull it off, or would you wait for it to either hit the stop or go to your target? What would you do? I left it alone, lost 2,500 in profits. I'm long, mixed, waiting for the ETF, waiting for long. I'm long. Interesting. Bookmap says higher, I would stay in. Amen, right? But you never know, right? But you're right. That order is just sitting there above us like doobie-doo. But I also do my TA, man, and I know that we lost the 200. So 5-minute lost the 200, 7-minute. When you look at the 1 hour and just leave the 1 hour alone, right? You look, it just, you're still in a flag on the 1 hour time frame. Until you break this trend line, the trade's still pretty valid, in my humble opinion. You broke in, but you broke back inside, and that takes you. So, funny, flag's still there. Like, you're in a flag till you're not, right? You'll probably win the trade tomorrow for sure. You're funny. I'm long, left it alone. Wow, I'm long, and I'm going for it. I was in the trade and quit before the dump. Okay. Watching it. Crypto Bellico. I like how when I asked the question, more of you came to the keyboards. What's your day like today? Today, for me, is 35 degrees and cloudy. All right. It's raining hard here in East Tennessee. Nice. No state tax. Good for you, man. All right. So this is it. I mean, we can't make anything happen that's not going to happen. You can see price action is like drooling right now, right? It's like, yeah. Oh, what? Anyway, who here can make the water drop sound with their mouth? That's what we're doing here on the deck. What is he doing on the Bookmap stream? So we're sitting inside of a flag here. Target is 50,900. Can we get there? Sounds by Sam. Whoa, 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 whoa. So I see bearishness because we're below the 200, and that tells me to bail. I can always get back in when we get back above the 200. Right? This just tells me it's only going to get worse. Only what keeps me hanging on is that when the Stokes are this low, I hate to say, I only like selling when the Stokes are high. I don't like selling when the Stokes are low. Long a few alts as well. High risk, pay the bills. Just got some groceries, bumming it around the house, doing laundry. Interesting. I don't know I never really listened to Tarzan. You know what I mean? So, wow, I didn't know we'd be so flat right now. It's funny, when I did look at price action, it did seem flat, but I thought, oh, maybe it'll pick up, right? One thing I do want to talk about, if crypto gets a big move, all right, we want to look at Alex. If Bitcoin gets a big move, Alex, there's a few altcoins that kind of will get a big move, and that's Alex, right? So Alex is sitting in this flag, consolidating after a sell-off from 49 and only at 35. We got into Alex at 9. I bought 9 cents Alex in front of everyone on the live stream. Somewhere like here too. Or maybe even right here, and then it would dump. I remember it would go a little lower and lower and lower. And then it was at like, for a while, it was like 5 cents doing nothing. Then it woke up and exploded when the whole, Bitcoin ecosystem exploded. And I just want to touch on that. And so you have STX, Alex, and Ordi. These are the 3 musketeers. There's a bunch of other things that, that are going to be in the space, but these are going to be your main major players, right? And there's STX getting a move to the upside in the last 2-3 days too for 26%. One of the bigger gainers in the space, STX. The reason why they move is because they're basically what's building the ecosystem on Bitcoin, all right? They're the ones at the forefront. So I love it because it just shows how strong people never thought we were going to build, but we were. Like, we were never going to sit and never build on Bitcoin, It was only a matter of time. So it's pretty cool to see the building happening on Bitcoin, right? And we were even looking at STX at $1, and it looks like it's going to continue. So just want to put that on the radar, like STX, Alex, right, and Ordi. Ordi's another coin that all kind of are the backbones of the Bitcoin ecosystem, all right? Right now we're just watching Ordi go sideways. I want to see if it can bounce off of here and kind of make a symmetrical triangle. That's all I'm waiting for. Price action's a little wonky at the moment. So we seem to be sitting at 46.6. We seem to have stabilized, though, right? And that's what we want. We want to bounce. Now we want to see if we can low, a higher low, or even look at this. This would be a bit of a double bottom here for Bitcoin. So there's not much I can say. I remain long, right? We see liquidity above us. And, yeah, like, that's kind of what's going on. And, oh, yeah, and I'm a little more bearish because we're losing the 200. And, look, eventually, right, the 21 will cross below that. So you need the 7-minute to do what we see here. Look, we need that to be a shoulder, that to be a head, and a right shoulder, and we need to get back above the yellow line. If we can do that, we have ourselves a bit of a move to the upside, right? $99 Lifer here, thirsty for more knowledge, please, and thank you. Ask me a question, get me going. You know what I mean? Open my brain up. Let's see what you guys can do, right? Remember, I get pretty, like, the live stream is like, I put a whole lot into the live stream. It takes me almost till 3 o'clock to, like, get my energy back, right? It's a lot. I go hard. I don't even know how hard I go, and then at the end, I'm like, wow, I've been going, like, I keep my abdominal muscles kind of tight because I'm, like, talking the whole time, and I'm like, and, like, at the end, my muscles, my whole body's just like, wow. It's a workout. It's technically a workout. I love it. I appreciate everyone there. If you guys didn't show up, and we had 1,500 people basically today. That's amazing. Like, we hit another record today. Amazing. So I love you all. Like, I know my success is due to everyone else. Is due to everyone else supporting me. It's pretty amazing. So I'm super lucky, and thank you. Right? Thank you. Already 4,000 views today. I mean, people are just getting, one of our biggest streams yesterday. Blessings. And yes, we're getting searched. People are looking at what's happening. I get it. It will fluctuate with the Google algorithm, but it's blessings no matter what. Every day that we get, we're successful and things go the way you planned. You start a YouTube channel, you plan on people to watch it, right? Crunches in crypto with Cryptolifer, yeah. Much love, Sam. Thanks for everything, brother. Yep. Lifer's growing stronger every day. Stronger every day. Yeah, Alex, ORM, Ordi, ORDS, and ML will move with Bitcoin. I believe so. Yeah. Because when Bitcoin gets hot, they get hot, right? Gary probably bought some biddy secretly. You guys are funny. And there is some FUD now, ETF FUD, right? It may not come at all this nonsense. We go to Twitter for a second with you guys, and I'll just kind of take in my Twitter reactions for you to see what you're seeing. All right. Alex Jones, Tuesday must watch edition. Bitcoin, Mercury Layer, Crypto Megan.eth, Queen. Celtics lost to the Pacers by a point last night. I didn't get to see the game. Crazy. Okay. XRP ETF, which is interesting. XRP officially released pricing, XRP at over 1613. Reports have revealed that an XRP ETF is also likely to go live within weeks. That's weird. It's net asset value. If people make this stuff up, man, someone could Photoshop this. Just be careful. I wouldn't buy into that. XRP not changing price for 2 years. ETF. Funny. So other people are picking this up. Net asset value, $16. I don't know. That could be an AXRP and not even an XRP. Who knows? It could be a bundled, you know. It could be how much the ETF is worth, not XRP itself, right? I think people were getting kind of crazy here. Right? XRP within days, 25 per XRP, says Black. Yeah, exactly. Who deal with SEC believe Gary Guns' recent crypto warnings are a prelude to the imminent spot ETF approval and should be taken as a warning because that's what the SEC does. As one puts it, he wants to be on record, right? Bitcoin is a speculative volatile asset akin to fiat currency with questionable backing. Think Argentinian peso. Other digital assets are not the same as Bitcoin in form. How many fiat digital assets does the world need? The world does not need or care about the Argentinian peso. Governments may take regulatory steps that are bad for Bitcoin. The ecosystem has been populated by lawbreakers and fraudsters. There are no more SEC impediments to approval. SEC is a disclosure-based and process-based regulator. Risks are known and trading processes are adequate, but you are warned. Risks are super high and process outside U.S. cannot be policed. There you go. Charles Gasparino, right? So, and we all took that. I believe that's why, you know, we were going to pump anyway. The TA said we would pump, but, you know, the market took that as bullish sentiment when he came out. Because why the heck would he do that if it wasn't bullish? You know what I mean? So, within 36 hours, many of you apes will have been liquidated, probably even both ways as the Bitcoin ETF gets approved and volume hits. There's a chance, right? That's why I don't risk a lot, right? And that's funny. All my homies buying ETH. That's funny. Many of you capitulate and trying to play the Bitcoin ETF pump. Time for a thread on why selling your alts right now may be your worst decision to ever be made. I'm buying my altcoins, right? I mean, it's, you know, you got to have a 2 to, you know, you got to have an 18-month process in this bull run. That's funny. Anyway, I just wanted to see if there was like any other news that we could see pertaining to that wasn't just, look, it's all nonsense, right? People just saying random stuff and just, you know, anyway. So we got a little bit of a bounce, falling wedge, and, you know, boom, boom, we bounced back to the top of the pattern. 7 minutes, it's been oversold all, like, for literally since 12 o'clock, like, for an hour and a half. So you got to get a bounce eventually. Now, if we get rejected by the 200, it's a wrap. We'll see where we go now. Let's see, you know, takes usually about 2 hours for the 7 minute to cycle back up. Could take quicker or longer, but that's, you know, I could see a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and a breakout. And then we could, you know, and we could even come back down again. Wouldn't be surprised if we stayed in chop all the way till tomorrow, right? That's what assets usually do when people are in waiting. We could just be doing this, and then we're going to get super tight, and the ETF, boom, right? I know it. We know it. I mean, yesterday was a huge pump, so. It's crazy to be part of this anticipation. Like, most people just live in their life. If you're a Bitcoiner right now or you're a crypto person, like, this ETF's all you can think about. You go to bed tonight, you're definitely going to be thinking about the ETF. The sun will come out tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that your sorrow will be gone tomorrow. Sorry, you guys didn't come hear me sing. I don't know why you guys put that though in the comments, because you got me going, right? You're gonna get me singing if you put stuff like that in there. SCI to 80 if it holds here, possibly. Crest is a nice coin. I like to trade Crest on and off. Pretty cool. $49,500. XRP pumping. Any news? Back at it. Let's go. Well, there's an ETF for XRP, right? That would, we just went over that. I mean, that's news. That's good news. But see, like, you call that a pump though? Like 56 to like not even a whole cent, like a half a penny pump. There's a pump. I guess, I mean, it's not dumping. I'll give you that. It's not dumping. It's moving. It's moving to the upside, however small, right? But it is moving. I got XRP in this tight channel. It's been in for a while. And it shows that, in the next, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, it's getting tighter and tighter. Doesn't mean it's going to pump for sure. It just means a move is coming, right? If it does break out, my targets are nicely set at about 105. Right? These are the first target 76, next target's 91, and then you're at 105. You break down, you're coming to test the bottom at 47 cents. I don't know who's going to sell their XRP. I'm definitely not. I've been through it all. I've been through the ringer now. Like, they've done everything they could to us. It's kind of one of the safest assets I feel like to buy into. I could be wrong, and don't take me as financial advice, but I feel like it's one of the safer assets to buy into because it just... They've beaten the people that own the coin down to the point of no return that, like, they just don't care anymore. Like, and I own the coin. I'm one of those people, so I just don't care anymore. Like, I'm gonna hold it now, and I'm not gonna panic sell it at any point. It's just pointless. Just pointless, right? So, and that's kind of where I stand with that. So, if I feel like that way, I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way. So XRP, I want to bounce off the channel. It would be great if it bounced one more time, then it came down. That would be like the best buy at the 58. Or if it breaks out in a retest at 64. But either way, it's getting, look, it's wide, and then the range starts to shrink, and that's when you know a big move is coming. And that's why I love technical analysis, because you can tighten up price action, and it'll tell you when something's going to happen. So they're keeping Bitcoin in a legit holding pattern, like an asset this big, sitting at the exact same level for long periods of time, between like 550 and 650, really. It's like, it's been 46.6 for an hour almost, like since we started the stream, It's going to take me to look at the NASDAQ on Bookmap and see what we got going on. Let's trade NASDAQ, right? When it's boring, we move on. So if you know me, I've been bullish on the NASDAQ, reversing out of this falling wedge to the upside. Now, I made it a little wider than it needed to be, probably. But I just been throwing on a projection at the time. But so far, so good. We did get the bounce, and then we made a little flag, which is also breaking out. 8 hours, a little pin. Previous support is resistance. You want to see us break through that. 1 hour just got above the 200 SMA. That tells you you're likely going to head further to the upside. And there's more momentum. And it's 129. We still have about 2.5 hours to go in this market. So NQ and the dollar also struggling somewhat. So NQ looks like we're going to continue. I would say if I was in an NQ trade, I'd look for a flag on like the 1 minute and ride it. So if this right here, see this 1 minute kind of falling wedge thing, I'd be looking to trade that based on what I see on the 1 hour for a little bit of a scalp. Let's take a look at Bookmap and see what the NQ holds. It's pretty even. A few more orders further to the upside than to the downside. Not as fun at looking at Bitcoin. My tick size is tiny, right? It's like $1. So I may have to shrink it down. Dump down to the 200. See that? Immediately. Just cash grab. If they ring that back up, that's likely just a stop hunt. But look, you did lose the volume node there. That's going to have to be, if that can't recover, you're going to drop further down to 6784. I don't trade the NQ like ever. I look at it on the macro and I can swing trade it, but I never trade it on the daily. It does tend to move a little bit Bitcoin. Did we get a nasty drop on Bitcoin just now? A little bit, not crazy. Still inside the flag, but below the 200 with the curvature. Not the best sign, you know. Okay, we're still in the flag, you know. So I just kind of, I'll just sit and either get stopped out or make, you know, and it could just be an easy wick down and come right like they did here. You know, it's easy pickings because they got too many people all over it. So they can kind of do what they want, you know, and that's what you're at the mercy of the market maker. The key is to not over risk. That's how I do it. That way I'm not like, you know, if I was over risk right now, I had my whole portfolio and this was everything. And if I lost it, I was going to lose it all. I'd be pretty crazed right now, right? I probably wouldn't be able to handle it. So I know what I'm willing to risk and what I'm not. And it's interesting because I thought as I made more money, my risk tolerance would somewhat change, but it's like, say I'm only worth like 15 grand and I put 5 grand into futures and I trade it the way I'm trading it. And then I let's just say I end up putting a long-term investment and I make $1 million. And then I put 5 grand in futures. You think I would be riskier, but I'm not. Like I trade that 5 grand the same way, even though I've made a larger investment long-term, I trade that 5 grand the same way, exactly the same way, you know? It's weird. It's like you become more into what you're doing than the money than the making of the money. It's kind of, you know. I believe true successful traders fall in love with the trades more than the money of that's made in the trades. It becomes this obsession to win, to have a good P&L, you know, to like, I love the 8 out of 10 trades. This, you know, how many have I won? How many have I lost? Like, I love that, right? I absolutely love that. And it keeps me honest. I'm always checking, like, where I'm at, right? So, to me, that's the fun part about it, is the order history, the position history, right? Anyway, kind of ticking away here with time. Bearish, though. The second that 21 crosses, even more Bear City. That's an M. Like, I wouldn't be mad at you if you open up a short here with a stop above this level. And we break, you know, because we even come down and come back up. Like, and honestly, I don't, as much as I love the ETF idea and all that stuff, just today, if we took a deep breath and there was no ETF, we'd have to trade this the same way. So that's how I take it. I trade it the same way as if there was no ETF. And that's below the 200 on the 7, and that's bearish to me. Only reason I wouldn't bail is because of the stochastics RSI. But look, once you lose this, you're likely to come to the 15,200, which is waiting for us right there. I mean, it's a drop too, 45. So smaller time frames could get us there. We don't even need big time frames to get a drop. This could be a Bart Simpson. So that's looming right now. We can't. And so you're like, well, what level would make you happy? I'd say like the key, like this point of control. Like if we can't get back above 46.7 in the next 2 hours, is, you know, and there we go. Now we're dropping more, you know. And the 4 hour looks bad. It's overbought, curving down. And you're away from the 21-day moving average. That's just another thing that I reiterate. Like, whenever you're this far away from the 21, you usually come back to it, regardless of ETF or anything else. You pumped up, like right here, pumped up huge, some cool sideways price action, chance of a flag, people got excited, but you're away from the 21. You have to know you're probably just going to get a huge, and this could be, look, a boom, mass liquidation, and then they'll slowly dig it out, and then tomorrow a flag, and then pump. Who knows? There's no guarantees, right? And that's why you don't trade on emotion. You analyze, and then you set your stop, set your profit, and walk away. That's it. That's the best way to trade. And don't go there readjusting it every 5 seconds, because you're going to drive yourself insane. Okay? I love trading. Thank you to you in the 99. I don't think we would be in this situation. Volume is so low, isn't it? We would probably be resuming normal trading. Lifer, you're the GOAT. I thank God for having you in my life. Thank you. You can trade NASDAQ or S&P synthetics with crypto anywhere. Possibly BingX. I don't know if you can trade it with crypto, but I think maybe with Tether. You can trade S&P with Tether. Yeah. BingX, I know you can trade the S&P. Yeah, I believe you can trade with Tether. Sir, could you turn your mic up a little bit? It should be pretty loud. I usually have it pretty loud. But, yeah. I'm probably just not talking that loud because I'm just kind of chill. You know, it's not even my mic. It's just kind of quiet. Now, remember, most of my money isn't in futures anyway, so that's another reason. I'm heavy spot. And if Bitcoin takes off, I mean, we're going to be in the money. So I'm excited to see what happens there. All right? I'm only stop spamming caps warning. That's funny. Stop spamming caps warning. Nightbot. Nathan Ward. Weird. Oh yeah, we don't do the spam coin thing here. Like on my stream, different. So the Nightbot's like, don't do that. So they have it might be an automatic bot that just picks up on that. Because you put a coin in and you put a coin in an exchange, so it was like an automatic tell, you know. Seems like Bitcoin will consolidate till tomorrow, in my humble opinion. Just keep going sideways. It could. Just kind of like a very long, you know, played out pattern. Definitely could. Looks like that's what we're doing, so. And we want to look for a possible divvy. I think I just saw one other corner of my eye. It's a little bit of bullish div there. Says we probably might hit our bottom for the day. Look at that. There's trash. And you're ranging between 46.4 and 47.1. So you're just, you know, we call this chop. I don't like trading chop. It's not fun. You have to sit and wait. But you just let your trade marinate, you know. I'm not swing trading it. I'm not sitting there all day fighting, you know. So look, we got this liquidity right here that we could go to at 45,890. So, and then we have more liquidity above us, but we do have this layer right here below us. Now it says that we're probably going to go down there because that's very close. And then loop back up. Still says the biggest orders are above us. So they're coming for us, but when? Now we're back to 46.6 again, just the $100 move around. Might have been typing with caps lock. Interesting. Yeah. Hit that like, but GF Burke did that and he didn't get hit. It's funny. He did that just now. He did it. I think he did it on purpose too, just to prove a point or something. That's funny though. What are your thoughts on Render? I mean, I think Render's going to do numbers. 10 to 20x though. I don't know if it gets more than a 20x. Has a pretty big market cap. But I like the project. I stand, good team. Just doing what they say they're going to do, right? Wow, here's why this banking giant thinks Bitcoin is headed to 200,000 by the end of 2025. ETF trade, blah, blah, blah. ETF tracks 50. Standard Chartered expects spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds to pull in a staggering 500 to 100 billion worth of inflows in 2024. If they're approved and become successful, in a Monday note to investors, the bank's head of digital assets, Jeff Kendrick, and precious metals analyst Suki Cooper compared the potential launch of ETF to gold exchange traded products and how they revolutionize investor access to the precious metal. The bank specifically cited the first gold ETF in the U.S., which went live in 2004 and now is the biggest physically backed gold ETF worldwide. According to Kendrick and Cooper, spot Bitcoin ETF approvals will be a watershed moment for normalizing Bitcoin participation. It's believed that spot ETF products will allow institutional and everyday retail investors to gain exposure to the price of the world's oldest and largest cryptocurrency without having to create wallets or otherwise deal with exchanges. The bank executives expect roughly 437,000, 1.3 million new Bitcoins will be held in the U.S. listed spot Bitcoin ETFs by the end of this year, which equates to between 50 to 100 billion in inflows, which isn't that much money, really. I mean, it is, but Bitcoin primed to hit 200K by the year end in 2025. Standard Chartered made its first bullish Bitcoin prediction in April, predicting that the flagship crypto will reach 100,000 by the end of 24. The British multinational bank now thinks Bitcoin could top 200K by the end of 2025, and that the 2025 prediction is in line with their previous 100K estimate. If the ETF-related inflows materialize as we expect, and we think an end 2025 level closer to 200K is possible. That'd be great. 10 of them would be 2 mil. 20 would be $4 million. And again, I want everyone to be clear. Like, I buy Bitcoin. I buy altcoins. Altcoins are what you buy to try to get filthy rich. Bitcoin's what you buy to keep what you've made for the rest of your life. See, they're two different things. Bitcoin may slowly make you richer, but altcoins are going to quickly make you rich. Bitcoin's going to keep the wealth that you made over time. It may fluctuate, but in 10 years from now, you'll have it. If you kept it in an altcoin, you may never even have what's left 10 years from now. You know what I mean? So it's just all about timing the market, okay? And if I believe in this trade, this is when I should double down, technically. But that's where I usually get a little greedy. I'm going to add a tiny bit and risk another 44, but that's it. And now the trade's only down 92. Added a little more, all right? That's it. Just because we withstood the dip, came back up, seemed to be leveling out, might be smart to add a little to the trade for the move back up if we get it. I mean, there's many times where I've just you long. See, the thing about Bookmap, it's not going to really give you the best. I need my patterns to figure out how to enter the trade, though, right? But I get you. You could do it on a 50%, like what I'm willing to lose, and I could 50x lev a certain way, up or down each time, and just see. But it's pretty accurate, it says right now, we're going higher than lower because there's more liquidity above us than below us, And it's been, every time I've done that, it's been about 80% accurate, maybe even more. I've never back tested it and wrote it down every time. But I do know way, way, way more we're right. We're right all the time. I'm more right. When I'm wrong, I'm almost I'm wrong 1 out of 30 times. I'm usually so I'm when I'm wrong, it's weird for me. I'm that's strange. And when I know it's strange because I expect to be, from this to be mostly right. So again, I'm open-minded though, and I believe that anything could happen. So I never, but I'm always open-minded, and then the next morning I wake up and what I said happened. So I'm always well, it just keeps, and so when I find I'm open-minded, but then I wake up the next morning, I'm it didn't happen, Remember, I'm still bearish on Bitcoin right now because you're below the 200 SMA on the 7. Until you get back above that, I'm not in love with price action right now. It's cool. We're in a flag. It's cool. Everything's doing its thing. But, we're still kind of somewhat struggling here. I added to my trade. Charts show people just don't know what to expect. Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm new. What should I do? You should just learn. Literally, you should learn as much as you can. Learn divergences. Really, divergences will teach you the most because they'll go hand in hand with Bookmap. And so when you see a liquidity grab on Bookmap, you'll know what's happening based on divergence in the chart. Once you couple divergence and Bookmap together, you'll start really understanding what's happening and what a liquidity grab is and what they're doing when they go after people, So. Sorry. Wait, you're live on this channel, not your crypto channel. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I get compensated to come every week and do Bookmap. So I do it. Why not? Right. And, it's a mutual benefit for both of us. It helps Bookmap become, a little more well-known, helps their channel grow, gives them some views, gives them content. And, I get to come out again and just kind of sit here. Taking classes, spend demo trading for a long time, taking more classes, more demo until it gets boring and then go live. Take classes, spend time demo trading for a long time. Take more classes, more demo until it gets boring, then go live. You're funny. Funny, what fit for biz? Oprium El Mi Gente. Yeah. And this guy, look, then he said there's more where that came from. Stop spamming emojis. Warning, he can't spam emojis? What? Shiba, I love asking about haha, made a small breakout today. How are there not people on this live? You got the best TA in all your streams. It's all good, man. Because you know why? People are busy, man. And, to get people to watch you got to do the same. It's that hard to make it in crypto or in anything in life. It's really that hard to make it in and to get people's attention online. Everyone on their mother wants to make it online. And everybody has a plan of how they're going to do it. And so when you step into the arena of online, think about it. You're vibing for so much attention at every moment in time. I'm so blessed I get what I got. You know what I mean? That I got on the channels and I got the love and I got some of the market share in which I got out of cryptocurrency. I mean, what up? So, this is just an added stream. We get people here. What a blessing. What a blessing, right? So, yeah. I get it, though. I wish there was tons and tons and tons of people here. But Aris Fox, we love you and your TA. Thank you. I love you, too. I appreciate that. I can't wait to come and just have a huge Cryptolifer meetup and just meet everybody and really get to know everyone and have a blast. I think it'll be so exciting. But investing in yourself, how did I get here? Investing in myself, right? I got into Bookmap and taught myself. I didn't stop at just the charts, right? I took it. There's always another level you can take it to. There was a time when Bookmap intimidated me. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know what was going on and I didn't understand and everyone was talking liquidity and this and that and I didn't get it. And it's not something that you just understand immediately. It's something you kind of have to grow to learn. You have to learn to grow, or you learn as you go. You use it as you go with it. It happens as you learn it, right? And paint by numbers type of thing. You learn it as you do it. It kind of happens. So yeah, there are a lot of the things that I do now, I innately do. But I remember a time when I was intimidated by it. That program was, what are those other traders doing? And I also didn't have the skill. I just didn't have the skill. I couldn't react. I didn't know the time frame. I just didn't have the skills. You got to get the skills. You got to be able to find your patterns on small time frames. You got to know your Fibonacci. You got to be able to whip out divergence right at the last. There's no way about it. You got to have the skills. Right? And the skills don't come easy. You got to work for them. Nobody's handing you them. You're not getting them free. You got to just work them. You got to work for them. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to hear that. They want to think that they can just slap on. They just want to click like right here. They just want to slap this on, see a different, and have it say buy and sell and be able to do exactly what it tells them to do. You know, and no indicator know how good it is. Buy and sells. Eventually, it's going to give a buy that's going to disappear, then turn it, you know, it's always going to, you know, you need to know when to whip it out or when to keep it in your pants. Yeah. Are you able to look at the Bitcoin V2, sir? We'll take a look. I mean, V2 I thought didn't look too good, but I could be wrong, right? Let's look. I own some Ben V2. And you want to just grab that contract address, but I don't know. I feel, yeah, I don't really want to go over altcoins on this channel. It's like you know, we just want to look at Bookmap, honestly. I thought I was on my channel for a second. I forgot. Yeah, I'm going to keep it Bookmap. Just keep it easy, you know. Shout out to all the Ben V2 people, though. We love you. We appreciate you. So again, Bitcoin, we started at 46.6. It's been 50 minutes. We're $20 further than we were at when the stream began, you know. So Sam, what's 0 to 60 on your new Cadillac? Let's see. Zero to 60. The V does 4.3, but I don't have the V. All right. I think it's about like 6 seconds, something like that. Yeah. You have 5.3 if I'm not mistaken, instead of a 6.2 for the V. Bookmap does have alts. It has like Matic. It has like probably some of the bigger ones. Not all of them. You know what I mean? But it does have some alts. If you look at like, you know, you have Doge, Dot, ETH, Link, Litecoin, Matic, Solana. We subscribe to Solana. Actually, I should look at Solana each day almost on Bookmap. Check it out. One day I should just put the Solana Bookmap out and like people be like, oh, so no, I can't get Bookmap data on it. Maybe, no, it's important. It just took a second. It's almost there. $19, $20, I guess the 21, boom. So they want 103. That would be an area to look for. But there's still people lower at 95, 92 in case there's a dip. So it says that you dip down a little bit on Solana. Look, a little bit of a pop. I might be down like $60 now. $75. I did add to the trade. So it's even more risky now. Plussing Sam got here too. You're funny. So at the stats. No problem. Don't think. Thanks for all you do. My mom died 3 years ago. I'm 48 and she was only 62. We're best friends. It was my first death. I'm 48 and she was only 62. She had you when she was 14? Wow. We were best friends. It was my first death. I worked hard and was in denial. It hit me later. I understand. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You're funny. I should have kept it for a year, letting it fly over town. Wow, that's funny. Well, you learned your lesson, though, didn't you? Is Bitcoin only on Bitcoin and major alts or all altcoins? Just a few major alts, not all altcoins, yeah. The Binance connection has more alt options on Bookmap, but multi-book, multi-data takes from several exchanges for a better view of the BBO. Okay, yeah, so if you just connect to Binance alone, I have more. So let's look at that. Like if I went up here, I clicked in more Binance. I think that's all we want to add, right? Oh, we have it there. Hold on. Oh yeah, I gotta subscribe. Hold on. Oh yeah, see, I'm restricted. See, from Binance. I may need a VPN. See that? That's why the Bookmap data kind of cloaks it. I hear you, brother. My mother died 4 years ago, and she was only 73, and I was 47. She was with me every day during my plant medicine journey. Met her again, and I know she's a peace love. Yep. I love to hear that, man. It's crazy that you got to do that. So yeah, Bitcoin's just kind of been flat the whole time we went live. Not amazing. I wish there was more exciting times. Last stream, that short that we opened on the live played out. And it played out very nicely. Actually, the next morning it went down pretty nice. So the stream does pay off. You know what I mean? Today may have been a little boring. I try to find ways to make it exciting, but not much going on, right? It's pretty just kind of cut and dry. Always learn the lessons, homie. Every day, trying to learn them 99 hours a month and not buy 1,000 more stop losses and liquidations. Yeah, that's another thing, too. You don't need to blow through thousands of dollars to understand what's happening in this market. You know, you pay for a university, get the education, just like a college, just like a school, right? Try spot. It should get around the region block. Yeah, just Binance, right? But it didn't, you know? Yeah. No worries, though. And that's that. This is the house I would love to buy. That's a pool in the top of the house. It's in Massachusetts. That would be the summer house. 26 mil. I look at it every day to tell myself this is where I could be if I keep grinding. It's going to take years and years and years, though. But you never know. Maybe something could come my way and maybe we can, you know. But, and you realize people with like a lot of, whenever you make tons of money, you realize how rich people are that have just even more money than you. It's just insane. And there's always a level. You could hit 100 mil and then think about someone with $1 billion, right? So there's always a level above. There's always a level below. Always be grateful for what you do have, right? But I keep that as my desktop. So I look at it every day, every night, every morning, every minute, really. It's whenever I glance, there it is, telling me, hey, do you want the nicest things ever? You're going to have to work really, really hard, right? The house is already yours, man. Dude, that would be, the fact that you said that, if I really end up in the house like that, that will be insane. You know what I mean? That'll be insane. That house is insane. Like, I see a zip line. These are the things that I dream about every day, you know? Thanks, babe. I got time, my love. Why do you do that to me? She runs me. You see, like, the life of Sam, the life of Pi, right? Poor me. Sad me. I want to find this listing before we leave, just to inspire us all, because it's just amazing. Where the heck was it? Nicest house in the world, right? Just like ridiculous. Anyway, you know, there's always more to go for, right? Here it is. Look at this house. Look at this house. Let's just look at it together for a second. All right. It's not made like any other house, number one. It's like flat and long, right? It's got like solar panels. The guy's got these like stones and these koi ponds with this twisty stairwell. I mean, look, it's just it's a dream, right? You got this beautiful, just you're hanging out on the roof all the time, just chilling, right? It looks like you could almost sleep in these. I don't know what these little things are, but you could just like take a nap in those things. I don't think you're supposed to, but I probably would. Then here's a pool. You look, I mean, that's insane. Look at this place. It's not even that big. That's the only thing. It's just like ridiculous. They don't even show you that much of the house. Like you have to take a tour. Anyway, imagine that one day, right? Imagine that. And we can get there with Bookmap, right? With Bookmap, one step at a time. Bookmap says we go higher. I stayed in the trade. You know what's cool is there's an Adam and Eve slightly forming here. Boom. That makes me want to kind of go hard right now. That's an Adam and Eve. After a massive move, like they didn't get me there. You know, I wasn't trading that, so I get to take advantage of the next move possibly. That was definitely a mass liquidation, right? I live 300 meters from the sea, man. That's crazy. So beautiful. Where's the helipad? I know, right? Sam, your win rate is too high. What does that mean? Like, it's too high? No, it can never be too high. You know? I show my trades. I don't BS. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm long or short. You know, my win rate's high because I don't cut off trades. Like, I don't freak out and emotionally cut off trades just because they're down. You know, a lot of people lose a lot of money because their emotions. Like, right now they're freaking out and, like, they're just like, oh, you know. Just, I let the trade cook, right? Just let the trade do its thing. And I've learned that the hard way. Every time I meddle with a trade, it goes the wrong way. When I don't meddle with the trade, I'm good to go, you know. Sam, can a huge mansion fill the inner voids? Yes, it can. Yes. Yeah. I'm building a jacuzzi in the top of my 3-story house, sauna in the basement, and a tropical garden. Ibiza. Sounds unbelievable, man. You know. A mansion can fill the inner void, yes. You know why? Because I dream of having a lot of people around me and having great experiences. And to do that, I want the right spaces. And you can't just rent them. You want to be the owner. So to me, the space isn't the physical space. It's what can happen in the space that I dream of. And so, yeah, like I believe inner voids can be filled by interactions with the right people in the right places. After a huge pump, how do you determine what price can stabilize again? It comes back to the 21-day moving average. Yeah. The 21 will help you. And then watching flags like I'm doing. Watch what I'm doing. Right now, this has happened. Price is pumped, and I'm watching it stabilize, right? I'm looking for flags and watching how we kind of hang out. You're watching me do it in real time. Takes a few days. Like a lot of things you're asking, you'll watch me do in like a 3 to 4 day period, right? The more you open up, the easier it is to reach. Crown chakra, third eye, grounded, bang. I know. So I'm just going to open all the way and just like, I'm going to walk into that house tomorrow, right? Like I can get there tomorrow. Like there's no reason I couldn't get there tomorrow, right? I'll leverage 1 mil to 10, double it, make 10, do that in 2 days on 2 trades, make 30 mil, pay the taxes, put the down payment, walk in, call it a day, right? A week from now, I'm in that house chilling like it should have been, right? And look, back to 700 now. Things looking a little fresher, a little freer. The wind behind my trees are cracking. The wind is so strong. Pray for us. Gotta go to my sisters. You should be okay, man. Don't worry. I think you're going to make it tonight. I have this good feeling you're going to be all right. The house would be bought with Bitcoin. Let it become a biggest bubble of history, right? Be safe, Baker. We love you, man. All right, so you can see the trade did bounce back. I doubled in. I started with 400. I doubled it into 800. So, you know, we put more into the trade. High risk now, though. Very high risk. Look, I got 5 trades open. If we hit, we're going to hit 3 on one. We're going to hit 2 on the next. We're going to hit 3 on that. We're going to hit 8. and we're gonna hit about 12, and then the fifth one, and we're gonna hit two. We're gonna make $2 grand, and if we lose, we're gonna lose 185, 285, 360, 410, and 500. So we're risking 5 for $2 grand. I like it. I'll take it. And that's kind of where we sit. You know, so it's like we're risking 500 for $2,000, but it's an $800 trade. You know, it's like weird. It's like it looks like something, you know, there's more going on behind the trade than you realize, right? So all my charts from Captain Jim James, but it's on SPY and not Bitcoin. He uses EMA 27. Thanks, Mission. We appreciate you, man. I hope you and Jim have a good time. Love is the strongest frequency, as is the new money. Amen. Amen. All right, I got to go, everyone. Thank you for being here. God bless. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for chiming in to a Bookmap live stream. And we'll see you on the next one. God bless.